how do you accelerate the development of permanent supportive housing in LA County? It's quite clear that we need a portfolio of strategies to overcome these deficits in housing development, especially for our most vulnerable populations.
We made an investment in a $5 million creative housing opportunity that really put out the call. How do we build faster? How do we build cheaper without sacrificing quality? And as a result, we had 16 housing concepts that are currently being brought to fruition, that are working through this process and that are standing up new and exciting opportunities.
What are some of the community strategies for the rapid growth and acceleration of permanent supportive housing? The government has been focused on funding, ordinances, and administrative reforms. Coupled with the governmental strategies, you have philanthropic strategies. So we have a total of 7,000 units in the development pipeline. For a Prop Triple H unit, the cost is over $500,000. One of the drivers that we've all been tasked to think about is how to do this more cost effectively. So in 2019, the City of Los Angeles Mayor's Office created the Housing Crisis Solutions Team. And this team is responsible for three things. One is streamlining processes and removing barriers that stand in the way of housing development, using innovative strategies for housing development, and three, creating policy that support the city's goals of creating more housing for people experiencing homelessness. They set aside $120 million from the Proposition Triple H Fund to support a pilot on innovative strategies for developing permanent supportive housing.
We passed these measures, but we didn't build the infrastructure for people to get equipped to actually move the money, move the resources, improve the entitlements, and all of those things. So that was happening all at the same time while we were picking up the pace. You have all of these layers of financing that you have to assemble over this 3 to 4 year period. They all have different requirements. So some great things that are happening to address that is the city and county are working on a universal application, and CITLAC and TCAC are working to have a universal application. How we build is really driven by the resources. We need to build based on what the people's needs are, and then start building resources that match those needs.
It was important for us to continue to produce affordable housing so that more people would not slip into homelessness. And we saw that in numbers this year, that first-time homeless was up. You know, what's our development program and design of a building that's going to be permanent supportive housing? Not only do you need capital subsidy, you need operating subsidies, and you need subsidies for program. We had to take all of those things into consideration. We have about 11 projects in our pipeline right now. We're trying to set in place this infrastructure and standards so that we can successfully do this.
The increase in construction costs alone post-recession, so say 2012 forward, in Los Angeles is about 79%, and so we're inventing new modes of construction off-site, 3D printed homes to shipping containers. When you think about this homelessness problem and the housing affordability problem in California, it is hard to see that if you're a factory that you're not going to have continued demand for your services as a factory for a considerable enough period of time that it is worth investing.
We've had a lot of challenges on just for the public sector to remove its blinders and think differently. Instead of telling to the developers, bring to us your innovative projects, we said, bring to us your innovative ideas. Just kind of by taking a step back, having a different team kind of put out a challenge with real money behind it, kind of brought forward all these new ideas. The public sector is really good at, finding the things that work, advocating for ways to make them work better and make them work quicker. But we do need the support of philanthropy to help us kind of remove that risk point that you're talking about, to prove these other things actually do work so that we can put more money into it.